This 5-on-5 countdown begins with a frustrating conclusion to the Bronx Bombers' up and down season. The campaign ends in a wild card loss to rival Boston. Yankees ace Gerrit Cole surrenders 3 runs and exits with no outs in the third inning as the Red Sox advance to the American League Division Series against Tampa Bay. Final score, Boston 6, New York 2. Here's more in the aftermath.
Had an ultimate goal of, getting to a World Series and competing for a World Series, and we fell short. And this one's tough. Another tough loss, and it just didn't go our way today. The Red Sox were just a better team tonight. They went out there and they put the 2 spot on us early, and continued to keep the pressure on us, getting guys on base, having good at bats. And then we really weren't able to get anything going really against Eovaldi. I really don't. Like I said, they were the better team tonight.
In at number 4, the game may have been played in London, but the change of surroundings didn't help the Jets very much. The Atlanta Falcons outlast Gangrene 27-20 as more than 60,000 fans greet American football in its long-awaited return to the UK. Jets rookie quarterback Zach Wilson stresses that the team needs to start games better, especially if they want to win them.
Yeah, I really think it's in the way we're starting. I don't know what it is. We got to figure that out over this bye week. How to fix that. I got to play better at the start as well. Because it's interesting in the second half. Right, every single game we've looked really good, and it's we know what we're capable of, and we're able to show it there at the end. But I think we just got to get good rhythm going. Some flow, something. Starting 3 and out. Isn't the way to do it.
Yankees take number 5 here in this 5-on-5 countdown with the Jets following at 4. You know the drill. 5 stories that you may have missed and 5 to look out for in the week ahead. At number 3, the New York Football Giants have been dealt yet another blow, this time in large part because of injuries. The G-men fall 44-20 to Dallas on Sunday.
You don't want anybody to get hurt. You don't want your teammates to get hurt. You don't want the other team to get hurt either. I say it all the time, but that's just the truth. So you want everyone to come out of the game healthy. That's part of the way our philosophy we believe in. In terms of, the next man up mentality, I thought there's a lot of good examples today, in the game of guys stepping up and taking on different roles and being productive, making plays. We'll check on the status of the guys who left the game, see where they're at. I couldn't give you any answers in terms of next week at this point right now. We'll see where they're at, going forward. But I'd say in terms of how our team responded, it's exactly what I expect. Okay, I expect whoever's in the game to play. I expect the entire team to come down here ready to go and tell you guys all the time. Whoever's at the game, I expect to play and expect to be productive.
To the ice for the final round of preseason hockey, Filip Chytil saw an abundance of playing time in the Rangers' preseason finale against the New York Islanders on Saturday night, and the 22-year-old center made the most of it. Chytil posted a hat trick in the Rangers' 5-4 overtime win, which included that game winner at 2:06 of the extra period. We go back inside the locker room for more.
Yeah, for me it matters, of course. It's still goals. It's still we won the game. It's still preseason. Everyone can say it's preseason, but for our confidence, it's huge, and we're happy that we finished that preseason like this.
From speed on the ice to speed on the asphalt, our BronxNet cameras took the trip to Austin, Texas, for the American Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas. New year, similar outcome. Honda's Marc Marquez cruised to his second win of the 2021 MotoGP season at the Grand Prix of the Americas. He's king of COTA. As Yamaha's Fabio Quartararo strengthened his championship lead last week, they take the top spot here on the front end of 5-on-5. Having ended his 6-year COTA victory streak with a crash in 2019, Marquez made amends for this in the 2021 edition of the Austin race and led every lap to take a commanding win. The Honda rider leaped from third to the lead on the run up the hill into that first corner at the start, with Quartararo right behind. In the opening laps, Marquez was kept in touch by the chasing Quartararo, but by lap 6 of 20, Marquez began to stretch ahead at the front of the field, his lead opening up to 7/10 and continuing to climb to 1.5 seconds come the following tour. It was the 58th career victory in MotoGP and 7th in 8 starts at COTA for Marquez. The legend missed all but one race last year and the start of the 2021 season after injuring his arm during a crash in the season opener. Marquez celebrated winning the Red Bull Grand Prix of the Americas by carrying a flag on the cool-down lap, saluting late American champion Nicky Hayden. Stay tuned for my C-list and a fond farewell to the legendary racer Valentino Rossi. The Italian star made his final American appearance at COTA. But first, the back end of 5 on 5 will stick with racing and turn our attention to NASCAR. The postseason is heating up. The round of 8 will begin with the Auto Trader Eco Park Automotive 500. The race will be held at Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth this Sunday. Kyle Larson will be there. Larson will advance in the NASCAR playoffs after a chaotic road race in Charlotte last week. Larson not only suffered an issue with his alternator belt early in the second stage, but was fighting against Kevin Harvick for a spot above the cut line throughout the stage too. That wasn't secured until after Chase Elliott's crash. Here's more with Larson on high drama in NASCAR.
It's so satisfying because I really did not think that we were going to have a shot to win today. I had a lot of different emotions throughout the middle portions of that race. Thinking that this is so depressing and sad and crazy that I'm gonna lose my shot at a championship because of a alternator issue. I had just a lot of stuff work out for us, and William having to go through the backstretch chicane to get us, and that allowed us to get to second, and from then on I was like, we have a really good shot to win now. So just wild range of emotions all race long, and just crazy that I'm sitting here talking to all you.
NASCAR takes the top spot here on the back end of 5 on 5 as we count up this time around. And at number 2, the 1-4 injury-plagued Giants are home to host the LA Rams Sunday at 1 p.m. at MetLife Stadium. At number 3, the NHL season, which got underway officially this week, will see the New York Rangers skate in Montreal Saturday. Puck drop is 7 p.m. against the Canadiens. UFC Fight Night also goes down at 7 p.m. on Saturday night from the UFC Apex in Las Vegas. MMA nabs the 4th spot. And last but certainly not least, the Knicks and Bronx boy Kemba Walker continue their preseason slate tonight at Madison Square Garden. The Orange and Blue host the Washington Wizards. That game tips at 7:30 p.m. at the world's most famous arena. That's 5 on 5. We hit the C-list and a ciao to the 46. Goat talk is common in sports these days. I mean, not actual goats, but greatest of all time references. When it comes to motorcycle racing, Valentino Rossi is arguably the greatest MotoGP rider of all time. And for the man that they call the Doctor, this year's edition of Austin was his final rodeo on U.S. soil. Rossi is the only racer in history to win world championships at every level of Grand Prix racing, 125, 250, 500, and MotoGP, with 235 podium finishes, astounding, and a top 3 season finish in 18 of the 26 seasons he has competed in the sport. Talk about a remarkably long career in MotoGP. I can't think of a more incredible reason to have been there in Austin for this one, the opportunity to tell your grandkids someday that you witnessed Valley's last MotoGP race in the U.S. The 9-time world champion now has just 3 races left before the end of his record-breaking career, starting with a final home appearance at Misano later this month. His final act at COTA wasn't bad, not bad at all, especially for a 42-year-old. Riders faced 20 laps around the longest circuit on the MotoGP calendar, containing heartbreaking, fast changes of direction and energy-sapping bumps. But Rossi finished 15th and a world championship point by lap 11, where he remained until the flag. Greatness may not be defeated, but time, of course, is undefeated. The greatest of the great, like LeBron James and Tom Brady, tend to extend that deadline just a bit, but eventually the end comes for even the greatest of them all. Keep that in mind and do your best to see greatness as often as you can in person when it comes to your favorite sports stars. I know it was something to see Valentino pop a celebratory wheelie one last time. Thanks for the memories. Goat, you will be missed. That's your look at sports. I'm Bobby C.